wonderful Minecraft fans. Welcome to episode 7. This episode, I'm not going to be working on the tree as much as just answering some questions that I've had from some people and doing a bit of a behind the scenes and showing you a couple things that hasn't been on screen yet. So, uh, first, I'll start off with my relationship with these villagers. It has been quite the ongoing story with these guys. So, at first when I came here, it took me so long to find a village that I was just, I was going to close the map and just restart over again. But then I ended up just finding, a couple desert temples, an abandoned village, and I got all these resources. So I finally found a village, finally found these villagers, and then it's just been one headache after another with these. First in the first episode, if you remember, one took my bed, and then I built a shelter, and then what was happening is that I would be coming in here to work, and, get whatever ready, and then so I would end up having to like look down at the tool chest like this because if I looked up and out the window, they would just be standing there staring at me. So, you know, like that. That's what I'm talking about. This is what I deal with. And of course, I mean, I let them in the house, but that's because I had to, because they would just stand there and huff and puff all the time, and then, you'd see all those little icons or animations that would pop up over all the chests here because they're trying to use them, and oh, it got to be much. So I let them in, and then now I'm constantly surrounded here, and what'll happen is I'll go to use, either go down in my mine or use something here, but then they'll get in the way, and then I'll click, and then they'll think I'm trying to trade with them, and that's just been nothing but a headache. But that's okay, because I'm about to rebuild their village in a tree and go make them live up there, which, I guess I could be a little more understanding. I was kind of just trying to think of a good analogy or a good way to describe how I feel about these guys, and I came up with, when say you're at home and somebody's knocking on your front door and you're trying to make it look like you're not home because you're avoiding them. So you go stand in the hallway and but then that person's at the door and they just keep knocking and knocking and knocking and you're just like, go away, I'm not home. That's pretty much what I feel like with them. Except I just gave them the key to the door and they just let themselves in. It's okay. Not a problem. So that's kind of the story with these villagers. Now, one of the big questions I had is how I've managed to build such a large project with the tree farm that I have here, and I think a lot of it is just finding something big enough that right when you're done chopping it, it starts starting to regrow. I've talked a little bit about that before, but also, and it sounds kind of odd to say, but even I eventually just get tired of chopping down trees for this project. So I'll actually just wait until I just simply just don't feel like doing it anymore, and then I'll come in here, I'll put everything away because I just can't stand the idea of chopping down one more tree, and then I'll just go mining, and keep up with the gathering all the diamonds and stuff I'll need, which you can see here has been growing at a fairly steady rate. With the enchanting table, I was fortunate enough to get a pickaxe that has Fortune 3, so that's where all the diamonds have been coming from, so I keep doing that. And I did want to just take you down here really quick, just to show you how I've been keeping this organized down here. Um, Now, one big thing too, for sure, I wanted to mention is that when you're mining, try to come up with the easiest possible way to stay organized or, you know, leave a trail of breadcrumbs for yourself essentially while you're down here. Just because once you come down, you're going to want to build a big enough mine network. Look at that. Gabe's having a hard time rendering all of it. You're going to want to build it big enough that you're spreading out further and further away. Say instead of going up in, again, I've seen people build, like vertical mineshaft networks, which I've never understood. Like they try and hollow out one cube in the game as opposed to branching out. But branching out gives you greater resources. So dig down to Y12 and then just build a gigantic network down here. And real quick, just to show you kind of how I stay organized down here and avoid getting lost. I've seen some people, they clear out one big area and then they actually build arrows pointing places, which it's cool, but I think the torch system that I use, sorry, is a little bit user friendly, and like you have to place the torches down here to see anyway. So what I do is if you're going out into the mine or you're going further into the network, what'll happen is you notice that the torches are always on the right. And I'll do this even if I'm exploring caves too. So if I'm going out further and digging further out, the torches are on the right. And then if I get lost, like if I find like a cave network or something like that, and then I find my way back, I know which way to go because if I'm going further away, they're on the right. Consequently, if you turn around, they'll be on the left. So if you want to find your way home, keep the torches on the left, and that'll help you get to where you're going. And then here is kind of a good spot to see where this torch is on the left, but if you look in the distance, they're on the right. So that tells you that the halfway point in between them is the way home, was one connects to another network, right? Or another path, which is signified by the one on the floor. So this tells me that right here is where I want to be if I'm going home. So four-way intersection, obviously one torch this way means go here, go that way. And then it points here. And then, of course, one torch on the floor, take you right to where the ladder is. And that system works really, really, really well. It's really easy. So you can see him heading out, torches on the right, torch on the right, this intersection points that way. So just wanted to show you that. As well, too, another portal down on Y12. There's really nothing to see down there. It just ends up at the bottom where you go down and get my source of lava. So what I'll do is every time I go mining, I'll bring 4 buckets down. I'll go into the nether, I'll scoop up some lava to power the furnaces with here, and then hop back in, do some mining, and then that way you're not constantly burning through coal, and I can keep a constant supply of stone here. So going pretty good. This is actually the first episode I've recorded since I launched the YouTube channel, and that's going really well. So I did kind of want to just celebrate that a little bit. So what I'll be doing is we're going to be naming the duck or chicken or whatever it is that we have there. So that should be fun. So I'm going to put my faith and my trust in the internet and you early subscribers and fans to the show. We're going to name this chicken or duck or whatever it is. It climbed up there and pretty much near the end of episode 3, way back at the beginning, and it got stuck between the platform and the railing there. So it's been the silent century guarding the tree. So what I'll do is let's do a fun competition and see who can name the duck or name the chicken. Just leave a comment in the video or send me a quick tweet. I'm on Twitter. The name's at the end of the episode. And let's have fun. Let's pick a name. All right, thanks everybody for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. It helps YouTube's algorithm get my content displayed, and eventually once this channel is monetized, we will be able to start raising money. So thanks everybody. See you in a few days.